Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing a collective reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So thank you so much for tuning into the reading today. Know that simply by being energetically present with this video, you are co-creating all of the messages and pieces of information that come through. So I'm going to start by shuffling the Twin Flame Tarot deck, regardless of whether you would consider yourself to be on a Twin Flame path. I feel that this card often pulls through really specific and helpful love messages, especially love messages pertaining to soul connections. So what can I channel for the beautiful souls listening to this reading? So we have the cards Summer and Pause. Very interesting. So we're picking up a thread of energy here from someone's spirit guides. So your spirit guides, your higher self, whatever divine forces you connect with. I'm hearing this message about something really coming into fruition in the summertime. You might have this sense at the moment of a building kind of momentum, whether that's in your career, your business, when it comes to your passions, your love life, whatever this is for you personally. I'm really getting a sense that summer is going to be a really beautiful time for you, energetically speaking, a time when things are really coming into full form that you've been intuitively sensing for a while. Now, again, you could take that to apply to many different areas of your life, but of course, the timing of summer can depend on which hemisphere you are in the world. Here in the northern hemisphere, of course, summer is just around the corner in a couple of months. But if you live in the southern hemisphere, then this could be referring to something happening even more so 8 or 9 months from now is what I'm getting here. But with this fifth dimension card, whatever's coming into fruition here in the summertime is something that you've been sensing energetically, that you've been feeling in this higher space, in this fifth dimensional realm, so to speak. And here we have the card, the Four of Swords in the reverse position. It's interesting that we have the cards Pause and Rest here. So I'm really feeling as though there might be something in your life that is being manifested, that's coming together, that's coming into focus. And there might be the tendency from the human ego mind to overwork yourself for this thing, or to kind of force or push it into place, to kind of overexert yourself when it comes to effort in order to manifest this dream or goal. But what I'm really getting here from someone's guides is that it is happening. It is being prepared for you in this fifth dimensional space. It's being pre-paved for you. And I feel this might be a message to someone about really allowing yourself to pause when you need to physically, to take the time and space that you might need to rest, to rejuvenate, to care for your physical body, to play and nurture your inner child, to really enjoy your physical life experience without over pushing yourself. I'm also seeing that it's possible someone I'm speaking to here could be receiving this message because they've been feeling a little bit unusually stressed recently. I am especially getting messages around letting your physical body sleep and rest as much as it needs to. I'm also seeing something about sunshine. So getting out into the sunshine, getting out into nature, breathing in the fresh air could be really helpful and beneficial for someone here listening. So with the Two of Cups, wow, I have to say, this is such a powerful card for two very aligned souls coming together in this full-blown manifested way into some kind of love union usually. And the interesting thing is, it's like I was completely focused on these other messages, just shuffling and speaking. And while I was shuffling, I looked down and there was this card. So I'm getting the sense that that is exactly how this union is going to hit you. It's like it's going to come out of nowhere. You're going to be focused on doing something else or putting your attention or energy into something else, not really necessarily thinking about it. And then suddenly it just shows up. Now, of course, this love union or reunion we're talking about will look very different from person to person, depending, of course, upon your own soul intentions, your own personal desires. And as I always say, any desire that you hold can be manifested because it already exists on a potential timeline that you have the ability to align with. So I always like to remind you that all of the power is within you. All of the guidance is within you. It's really just my goal through these readings to help you more consciously reconnect with that intuitive knowing that is already there within yourself. For some reason, I got the name Allison, so that could be someone's name here. I do see the Three of Cups in the reverse position, and this can be a card of gossiping, people talking about you, you feeling a little bit like an outsider socially. I might just be speaking to a very specific person here. This even could be related to this Two of Cups card. It's like you coming together with this powerful soulmate or into this powerful love connection, and it's very visible in some way, or it's attracting a lot of attention from others. It's almost like people are really noticing and talking about you and this person connecting. But I'm hearing that even people who might be gossiping about it are doing so because really there is such a positive flow of energy between you and this person in this soul connection that it's quite literally perceptible to others. When we communicate or connect with another being, we, of course, have our individual aura, but we form a sort of joined aura with that person while we are interacting as well. And I'm just getting that, yes, both of you have a very powerful aura, but when you merge auras, like when you come together and you're interacting, speaking, communicating with this other soul, it amplifies that energy. It causes there to be this incredibly powerful magnetic joint aura between the two of you. And even people who can't consciously read or see energy are able to subconsciously pick up on the power of that shared energy between you and this person. I'm definitely getting a power couple kind of energy here. Now, for some of you, this could be the healed version of someone from your past. This could be someone entirely new. This may be someone you've already met or someone coming in the near future. Now, this message might be related or separate, but there's something going on with the throat chakra, so the seat of communication. Now, it seems very specifically that the communication coming in, for some reason I keep hearing this week or within the next week, there is some kind of truth that is coming in. This could be someone coming forward with some kind of truth, someone confessing something. I'm hearing confessing feelings for you. Can I get more information on this person confessing something here? Okay, we have the Five of Wands reversed. So this is someone that you may have ended on a bad note with, or you may have had some kind of conflict with this person. There may have been a disagreement, and I see this person wanting to come in and make peace with you. I'm hearing that whatever conflict or challenge was manifested in your connection with this person, whether this is someone platonic or romantic to you, the reason that they were acting out in this way is because they themselves were really fighting their own demons, metaphorically speaking. They were dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of shadow, and of course, this doesn't excuse how they may have treated you in the past, but this is someone who really felt at the end of their rope in some sense, was possibly feeling very entrapped by a certain dynamic, an addiction, a pattern, a relationship, possibly feeling really controlled either by a system or by another person in their life. There was just a lot of heavy, dark energy around them when they may have been acting out and causing conflict with you. But I see that this person has shifted to an entirely different energy. The two of you may have been out of touch or disconnected for a while. I'm hearing protecting your peace. So you may have decided to take a step back from this person or connection simply to protect your own peace and your own vibration because of the heaviness that was around them. But I see that now they've come out of that devil card reversed energy and they're now in this Seven of Pentacles space. This may have been someone that was in a very toxic relationship or a toxic marriage. So for example, if it was a friend, they may have been treating you poorly while they were dealing with some kind of very toxic family relationship or romantic relationship that they felt trapped in the past that they've now freed themselves from. For others of you, if this is romantic, this person may have been dealing with some kind of very heavy and entrapping karmic situation. There may have been a lot of secrecy around this as well, where you may not have really been made aware consciously of what was actually going on in this person's life or in this heavy relationship dynamic around them. But what I'm seeing is they really reached this Nine of Swords place, which was almost this rock bottom moment. For some reason, I'm hearing them say, this situation almost destroyed me, but I found my way out of it. I hear them say that they really feel like they were not themselves because of whatever this situation was. But now they're in this Seven of Pentacles. So really looking towards making major positive changes in their life, rebuilding themselves, but in a direction that is much more positive, much more self-supportive, and kinder to others as well. I'm just really getting that when they were in the middle of this situation, they're feeling ashamed of how they treated other people in their life, and they're most likely including you in that as well. This is someone who has been spending a lot of time really regrouping, reevaluating their life, possibly working to create new goals for themselves and their life. Specifically, something is being highlighted here about something related to their daily routine. So this could be their work, but this also could just be the people around them, their living space, their routine in general. Things have felt very repetitive to them, very mundane. And one thing they've been really introspecting about and reevaluating is how they can shake up either their career, their work, or something else related to their daily routine, so that they are no longer in this repetitive, mundane kind of cycle. And for some reason, this is someone who really feels like you inspired those changes in their life. So maybe without realizing it, there was something that you said to this person. You may have not even remembered saying this to them. It may have just been an encouraging word, a word of advice, something you said in passing. And I'm hearing it left a much deeper mark on them. It made a bigger impact on them than you realized at the time. Again, you might not even remember saying this, but it's caused this person to really begin reevaluating and shaking up their life, making major changes and transformations. But I do feel again that this has happened in some kind of absence from your life, or some kind of separation has been going on during these transformations. So in the extended version of the reading, I will be channeling more into this dynamic. We're going to look into how this specific person has been introspecting, what kinds of positive changes they're going to be making, and what truth they could be bringing through to you for the specific group resonating with these messages. So if you would like to continue on with me in the extended reading, the link to do so is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. For now, I am going to move forward since that was a hyper-specific reading portion. In that portion of the reading, I may have been speaking to a very small group of individuals, but that person's energy just wanted to come through so strongly. So someone definitely manifested that message today. Now, interestingly, my guides are pointing me back in the direction of the Three of Cups reversed, which has now come up again out of the deck, even though I completely reshuffled. So once again, there is something related to either people gossiping about you or you feeling a little bit left out in the cold socially. So I am going to be pulling some clarifiers for this. There might be 3 people or energies involved here, but that won't be the case for everyone. I'm hearing for some of you, you may have had, for example, a group of friends where there were 3 friends and then you. So there were 4 of you total, but then you began to feel like a bit of an outsider from the group or very isolated. Maybe ultimately you were cut off, or maybe you disconnected yourself from that group of friends. And this could have even been a while ago in the past. But if this is the case, these friends do still seem to be discussing you, talking about you, wondering what you're up to. That again feels like a very, very specific message for a small group of people. We'll see if anything else comes up on those people that might be talking about you later in the reading. But for now, we do have some love-specific messages from someone who wants to give you a compliment here, because we have your eyes are enchanting. So there is someone coming up who quite literally feels as though your energy is magic, but there's something about the situation here that's complicated in the physical world. I'm hearing the word family, so I don't know if this person is already in some kind of relationship or connection, or maybe there are family issues in some kind of other way where, for example, some members of one family wouldn't really get along with the other family. These could be cultural background differences or things of that nature. And therefore, because of these complications, this is someone coming up as the card, I'm not ready to step out of my comfort zone. So the idea of being more forward with you or connecting with you either more consistently or more literally in the physical world is really nerve-wracking to this person. It does feel outside of their comfort zone. For some reason, I feel your name is being brought up around this person in their life at some point, maybe even in their day-to-day life. This could even be their family asking about you, talking about you. This could be friends bringing you up. For some reason, they feel like they can't go a day without something reminding them of you or someone bringing you up. And this seems really ironic for this person because there might actually be a huge physical separation or barrier between the two of you. You might live far apart. You might not see each other or communicate very often, yet somehow the universe always seems to find ways to remind this person of you. Now, this person, I'm hearing the number 3. This could speak to it being like 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years since you've spoken. There's just something with the number 3 coming up here. But we also have the card mystery, magic, intrigue, suspense. You're entering unknown territory. But we also have ego. So this is someone who is living very much in their ego. I feel that they have a lot of fear, maybe even paranoia that keeps them from stepping outside of their comfort zone, stepping into the unknown, and everything about you seems unknown to this person. Now, it's also very alluring to them. It's very mystical, very mysterious. It's funny because This person keeps telling me that it's been so long since they've spoken to you or seen you or had a meaningful interaction with you, yet for some reason they can't stop thinking about you, or they just keep getting reminded of you, and it's almost driving them a little bit crazy here. Now, of course, for others of you, you may have communicated more recently, but I am just picking up on this specific group where it's like you haven't seen or talked to this person in a very long time, and yet you are still on this person's mind, or you are still coming up in their life. Now, from your perspective, you might think this is someone who doesn't really think about you at all. You might think that they have totally put you out of their mind, but I'm getting that whatever amount you are thinking of them, imagine that like times 10, and that is how much this person is thinking of you. They really seem to be heavily giving you a lot of thought, but then again, this person is extremely cautious, extremely hesitant when it comes to stepping outside of their comfort zone. Again, they find your energy very mysterious. They just keep seeing your eyes. It's like every time they close their eyes, they see your eyes. This person is in a very unawakened state of being with the card unaware, 3D, ego, darkness. Your twin flame is not ready yet. Now, of course, this may not necessarily be a twin flame situation, but this does give me the energy of someone who is almost like lost in the dark of their own fears, their own paranoia, their own anxieties, and not sure how to fully wake themselves up. And this is going to sound so incredibly dramatic. I know it's going to sound dramatic, but this is giving me chills. And like, the way that I'm picking up on this person's energy is the equivalent of living in a dream your entire life and then meeting the first person in that dream that's actually a real person that you actually are connecting with authentically and not just in this superficial dream state. Again, I know it sounds melodramatic, but that's almost how this person perceives you. Like their life is almost this dream maze that they've been trapped in that feels at times really dark to them because they are dealing with a lot of these fears. They're very unawakened, but you were like this light that came into their life that was mysterious and totally different from everyone and anything they'd ever seen or connected with. And it's almost like it temporarily lifted them out of that dream state and caused them to feel lucid. And that's why they haven't been able to forget about it. We have the card offer, gesture, engagement, wedding. So there might be some kind of gesture that this person makes or some kind of hint that they drop towards you. I feel this will be very small and very subtle. This is interesting. Why is the marriage card coming up here? Legal partnership, commitment, marital bond, and societal contract. I'm getting this sense of this person being bound in some kind of partnership, commitment, legal contract, a situation where they're feeling a really heavy sense of obligation as though this is what they're supposed to do or who they're supposed to be connecting with or bound in this contract with. But secretly, they're feeling absolutely enchanted by your energy. And it almost makes them want to do something impulsive and break free of whatever that contract is. But again, this is someone really heavily bound up in their own fear, and that would be so far outside of their current comfort zone. So instead, it's like they're dropping these hints towards you or making these subtle gestures towards you. Very fascinating energy coming up here. This has been a very unique message. I don't think I've ever channeled anything quite like this before. So if this is connecting in the extended version of the reading, I will be channeling more on what kinds of hints this person might be dropping, what kinds of gestures they might be doing. as well as any other messages they might want to communicate with you at this time if you are curious about that. The link to that extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Okay, so I'm going now back to the traditional tarot, and I want to see what other messages I can channel for our beautiful collective. We just keep getting this Four of Swords card over and over again. The importance of meditation might really be emphasized, really allowing yourself that time and space to regroup. Once again, we have the Five of Wands reversed, telling us that something is harmonizing itself. There is some kind of compromise being made here. Sorry for the pause. I really had to reach to get this card, which is interesting because it's the Empress. This card practically flew out of my hand. So what this tells me is that you, regardless of whether you are embodying more of what we think of as the divine feminine or the divine masculine, of course, we all do have a balance of each within us, and those labels connect to energies, not necessarily specific genders, but regardless, you are definitely in this Empress energy. And that is a very open, receptive, for some reason I'm hearing playful but powerful energy, which sounds paradoxical, but you thrive within that paradox because you are both effortless, like emanating this playful, beautiful, easygoing energy. But at the same time, you have this biting edge to you in the sense that you have very strong boundaries, you are confident, you know your worth, you're very empowered. And that combination of very rare factors, being both so effortless but also so deeply empowered, is rendering you extremely magnetic at this time. I'm also hearing you're living very in tune with nature and the rhythms of nature at the moment. So that might mean different things for different people. For some of you, you might be taking active steps to become more in tune with the internal rhythms and cycles of your body, whether that's your sleep cycles, your eating cycles, really listening to your cues when it comes to needing food, needing nourishment, needing sleep, needing play, whatever it is for you specifically. But the fact this card flew so far out of my hand tells me you are keeping yourself so far distanced from drama, from anyone who's trying to bring a heavier energy into your life, anyone who is trying to weigh you down with their own projected fears, insecurities, uncertainties. You are like so far in your own lane, really distancing yourself from anyone or anything that might try to lower your vibration or dilute your energy in some way. And that might be connected with these Four of Swords and Five of Wands cards. It's almost like someone wants to come in and have a conversation with you and hash things out and resolve a conflict. But for some of you Empresses, you might not even really be open or interested to allowing this person back in your life at the moment, because you might not even really want to be dealing with that intensity, that drama, that heavy energy. For others of you, you might be open to communicating with that person if someone does come in and want to compromise with you or have that kind of conversation with you. Now, I will say, as you're up here in this Empress energy, you've got a lot of really gorgeous energy surrounding you. So it seems like distancing yourself from drama and negativity has actually really benefited you, Empress, because you are here with this Knight of Cups and this Wheel of Fortune. The first message I'm getting from this Wheel of Fortune card is you are not afraid to take risks when it comes to things related to your passion or what you feel to be your destiny. So you might be at this point of taking risks on what makes you feel passionate, or I should say, making movements forward that look to be risks to the unawakened ones, but to the awakened ones like yourself, you know that these aren't really risks. This is you listening to the internal guidance. This is you aligning more closely with that soul's blueprint that we talk about so much on this channel. And when you do that, you surrender to the flow and you know that one way or another, things are ultimately going to align for you. They're going to come together and you trust that. So it's really not a risk. It's you trusting in the knowing of the heart that is invisible but true. We also have the Knight of Cups, and this is about romantic proposals. So there are a lot of admirers who are seeing you in that Wheel of Fortune and Empress energy and who really want in on your life, who want to be part of your life. Of course, when you're living as passionate as you are and as fearlessly and in tune with yourself as you are, it's inevitable that you're going to become very magnetic. And the most obvious place I see that showing up for you right now is in love and romance. Now, for some of you, you might be open to new romantic opportunities, to the dating world, to reconnecting romantically. For others of you, you might be closed off to that. And of course, all of those choices are entirely up to you. But know that regardless, you have a lot of eyes on you, romantically speaking. You have a lot of potential admirers. Some of them you might be aware of, and some of them might completely surprise you, but know that many of these admirers are going to be starting to present themselves or starting to come forward in some way. And again, of course, it's entirely up to you whether or not you choose to accept offers or connect with them. But I do just see you in that highly romantically magnetic state of being. Now, to close out this first reading here on YouTube, we do have the card Let Love Transform from the Rumi Oracle. So I'm going to be reading a little bit from the guidebook here. The spring of love arrives to transform the dust into a garden. The call is heard from the heavens to bid the wings of soul to fly. The sea becomes filled with pearls. The dry land receives the water of life. The stone becomes a ruby and the body becomes all soul. Rumi. Love is my medicine, intelligent medicine. It takes death and makes it a passageway into greater life. What genius is this? A genius that will render anything and everything as a pathway to life. This oracle comes to you as a living spiritual gift. Whether you realize it or not, you have triumphed. You have blossomed, succeeded, cast aside that which was unworthy, and taken up love's way. How much delight there is from all those that walk this way of love, of life, to find another precious companion in their midst. You are welcomed into this world where love finds a way. There is nothing impossible for love. Absolute trust is the best way to adhere to the law of love. So that feels like a really beautiful place to close the reading. Of course, if you would like to continue on with me now, where I will be heading to next on Patreon to our extended reading, then the link to do so is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. We will be answering those questions that came up earlier in the reading, but we will also be diving deeper into any other pieces of information that want to come through that additional reading video, as well as channeling into your aura and seeing who or what might be connected to your energy at this time. So again, all of the information for that is below. Also, if you do resonate with my energy, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. Otherwise, I am sending you all so much love and light energy. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will connect with you here again in Monday's collective reading.